I have created a new custom ChatGPT bot that is going to help TpT sellers not only upload their products, name it correctly, write the product description, find the Common Core standard, but also it's going to help you optimize any TpT products that you've already listed, whether they're not performing well or they are. It's going to help you improve them so that they convert and sell even better for you. It's super easy to use, it's super fast, and it's super awesome. And I'm so excited to show you about it. You click on it, it'll show up right here in the sidebar of your ChatGPT, and it's going to give you these four prompt descriptions. And we're going to focus on the last two, but real fast. The first one says, help me name and write a product description for my TPT product. So if you click on that, it's going to ask you to answer some questions about your resource, and then it's going to help you come up with a good name and a good product description. The same is true if you want help finding the Common Core standards for your resource. This is going to ask you questions about it, and then it'll tell you what Common Core standard it is. So that's what those two are. But the two I want to look a little closer at are these ones. The first one says upload my resource and go from there. And that's going to, when you upload your resource, you can do a PDF or a PowerPoint file or whatever. It's going to write the name, an SEO rich name, a product description, and get you the Common Core standards. And then the last one is if you already have a resource uploaded, you click on this, you paste your TPT URL, and it's going to help you optimize it so that it will convert better and make you more money. So there's these two I'm going to show you, and I've already done them, so we're just going to scroll through them because, it takes a minute and I wanted this video to be quick. So this is the first one. Let's make sure I'm at the top. And you can see I clicked upload my resource and go from there, and it says, great, give me your resource and I'll analyze it and we're going to answer these 7 questions. It's telling me it's going to answer these 7 questions from my upload. So you can see I uploaded my class notes PDF for ratios of fractions, and it analyzed it and it answered those 7 questions for me. And then it asked me, is this right? If not, edit it and tell me what it should say. And if it is right, I'm going to come up with a few clear searchable product name suggestions for you. So it asked me if it was right, and I just wrote yes. It says great. And then it gives me 7 different variations of product names that it believes are SEO rich. And you see which ones they are here. It gave me some good ones, I feel like. It tells me why it likes them. And it says, pick the one you like, and then we'll write the product description for you. So it's taking me to the next step. So I just grabbed the last one, I copied it, and I pasted it. I said, this is the one I want to use. And it says, great. We're going to write a clear, keyword friendly, class focused product description for your TPT resource. And here it is. Now, I think it's a little brief. I would like to elaborate on it. And so I would have talked to it a little bit longer and said, hey, expand this out. Let's flesh it out a little bit more. But you can see it has a good hook that's SEO rich. It talks about the benefits. It tells them what's included. It says how to use it. This is where I would like to elaborate. And then it has a good call to action at the end. And once it did that, it says, now do you want the Common Core standards? And I just wrote yes. And it found the Common Core standards. Again, I didn't give it any information. I just uploaded my product and said yes, 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 yes. That's all I've said to it. And it's figured out correctly the name of the resource and the Common Core standards. Okay, so after it's given those to me, I would have to upload it and check all those boxes. And then it goes on to ask if it wants help, if I want help creating social media captions for Pinterest or Facebook or whatever, or a blog snippet to help promote the resource. And I could keep going further, but that's where I'm done because that's all I wanted to do with this side of the bot. So that was one of the questions. That's upload my resource and go from there. And so you can see I can have everything done in just a few quick seconds. Now, the other one is give me your TPT URL and we'll optimize it. So this is after I've got a product already uploaded. I want it to perform better. So ideally, I'd be looking at something that hasn't been performing well. So I click on that. It says, give me your URL and we'll optimize it. And here is the URL that I pasted. Okay, it says, thank you. It's going to give me some strengths and strengths and weaknesses. And then it's going to tell me why it might not be selling. So it says, give me a moment, and then it just goes into it. So this just took a while. That's why I pre-did it before recording. So at first it found the name of the resource, and it gives me a brief description and says, "Let me know if you're ready." I said, "Ready." I don't know why I just didn't jump into it, but it didn't. It wanted it. Okay. So here's the analysis, and you can see it's quite involved. It gives me strengths of the resource. It tells me weaknesses. It doesn't like my title. It thinks my description is not persuasive. It even looked at the visuals. It doesn't think they're very punchy. My audience isn't clear because these posters are for any grade level, which is true. And it thinks I'm missing some keywords that could make it SEO, more SEO rich. And then it says the biggest root cause of my low sales. Again, it's doing all this just from looking at my URL. I haven't answered any questions or given it any prompts. It just went straight and did this. After it's given me my summary, it says, "Would you like me to give you clear, actionable improvements?" And so I said, yes. And here's the actionable improvements it's given me. And it's going to break it down by categories. And it will do this for your URL as well. So, first, what I can do in my title, what I can do in my product description, what I can do better with my visuals. And you see there's actionable steps for each of these. What I can do better with my tags and keywords. And the pricing, it thinks my price should be a little bit higher, which I thought was interesting. And then it tells me a quick summary. If I make these changes, what's going to happen. Then it asked me, "Would you like me to create 4 different thumbnail content outlines?" And I said yes. And so these are the thumbnails, the preview images for the product, and it's telling me what should be in each of those. So it's one, two, three, four, and it gives me titles and what kind of images to use and all that good stuff. Okay. It also, I thought this was cool. Use this type of font for the main heading and a contrasting color for maximum scroll stopping power, which I thought was an interesting tip. Then it says, "Would you like me to now create a detailed 5-page preview outline?" So, on your TPT products, you have the thumbnails, the preview images, and then there's a preview file which are images that they can look at. And research says that products sell better if they have this preview file. So I wrote yes. And again, all I'm doing so far is just writing yes on everything. I did have to paste the URL, but after that, I'm just saying yes, yes, yes. This is great. Here's your 5-page preview. So this is what it thinks page 1, page 2, each of these should be. Okay, once it's done all of that and it gives me a few more tips, it goes back to that previous prompt. "Do you want me now to start helping you make pins or social media posts and things like that?" Which is, I mean, it can help you do that, but that's not why I'm in here. So that is where it stopped. Now, this ChatGPT bot is only for my members, the members in the Amplify community. But good news, if you're not already a member, you get to join on the dates listed below.